Thumbs up. Here's Roger Daltrey coming in the studio.
Here's a big
my
fan
God.
of mine.
There he is. Hi, Roger.
Mr. Daltrey.
Pull up a chair, my friend.
How are you? Good.
Very good.
We
very
want to
good.
thank you for coming back. We heard you were leaving the building, and we kind of chased you down.
He's a busy man. You already left, right? You're in the elevator, ready to go. What are you up to? Quick, fill us in.
I'm just here to promote a charity. That,
what do you got going on?
I'm promoting Teen Cancer America.
Okay.
A foundation that we've got started over here that is to help teenagers with cancer.
Oh, that's a great cause, sure.
And it's to do with changing your system so that they recognise that the ages from 13 to 25 are very different from children, and they're very different from adults.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Especially
telling me.
Cancer. So
yeah.
Do you think that they're not screened early enough?
Teenagers tend to suffer from very rare cancers, some of the rarest. They also suffer problematically more late diagnosis because they're playing sports and things like that. They also they get aggressive cancer. Cancer becomes more aggressive in them because they're growing so fast. So that all in all, they suffer quite. They've got a disproportionate problem rate with teenagers.
Right.
And the trouble with the system at the moment is that most of the hospitals with their adolescent and young adult programs, they go from the age of 13 to 40. And of course, a 13-year-old and a 40-year-old have got nothing in common whatsoever. But we've found in England, where we've been doing this for 23 years, we've built 25 hospital wards. We've got another 10 being built at the moment. The evidence we've got, by isolating the group, you can refine the medicine that they get.
Right.
So you get bigger success rates in the treatments.
Did something inspire you to get involved with this? Like, was there something like in your life that was affected by it, and you said this is something we have to do more for?
Well, it was my doctor that started it, and it kind of made perfect sense to me because it's nothing to do with drugs. Even though the end result will be to do with how they use the drugs, this is to do with providing care, providing specialist carers, psychological support, parental support, and environment. Because you know they think it's right that children should have teddy bears in hospitals. You go into a hospital and find me something that's teenage friendly.
Right.
You'll have to hunt to find it.
Yeah.
So we just want to change that thinking, and we want to make Teen Cancer America the gold standard, so that because every state is very, very different in the way they work, by adopting that gold standard as a program, they can't hide if they're negating their duty of supplying specialist treatment for this specific age group.
Well, do you think that
That
screening...
makes sense to you?
Yeah,
of course.
No, it does. It absolutely does.
Screenings happen when you're a certain age. Like, you want to get checked for prostate cancer or whatever it is. You have to be a certain age for that to happen.
The screening isn't a problem, but like
Jimmy.
I say, you know,
not making sure.
Lots of issues where boys have gone in and they've got a pain in their knee. And they say, "Oh, you've been playing football." Yeah, of course I have.
Oh,
have you
right,
been doing
right.
This? Well, yeah, of course you have. Well, come back in 3 weeks, and they come back in 3 weeks, and they give them some anti-inflammatories or whatever, and it hasn't gone away, of course. And they give them some more anti-inflammatories. They go back in 6 weeks, and of course the guy's in agony.
Oh,
and
man!
It can turn out to be a bone cancer where they have to. You know,
Roger, I was a little hypochondriac as a kid. I always thought it was the worst thing ever. My knee hurts. It's got to be bone cancer. That's what I always thought. I was a terrible kid.
Well, yeah,
always crying.
But, like I say, this will change. This hopefully will change it. And we've got one unit out in UCLA, which was the first unit. There's a hospital in Seattle that came to our yearly conference 3 years ago in Britain, and they've copied what we do in Britain, and they're going to adopt our standard. Yale are doing an outpatients CHOP down in Philadelphia, so it's taking off. People are getting it, and the parents are getting it, because there's nothing worse than being a teenager where you just coming into those times where, you can get laid, you can go out and do all those things, you can do all the things teenagers do.
Yeah.
And you get whammed with this one.
Who doesn't appreciate a good teen, right?
Right.
Well, I didn't mean it like that, Roger. I just mean, They bring a certain joy to the world, right?
No, it's just,
certain youthful exuberance.
A time of your life where you can
Right.
finally have fun. You can
Exactly.
and then they're stuck, and to stick them in isolation, which is what's been happening, is it can have serious kind of
Is there any way we could get
Yeah.
involved, or?
Yeah, just look up Teen Cancer America.
Okay.
.org and
donate.
and donate and motivate the hospitals, the cancer hospitals
Right.
in your states and area to look at what we're doing. Come and talk to us.
How long have you been involved in the States?
I've been banging on doors for 10 years. And 2 years ago, I got lucky with the head of UCLA, David Feinberg, who completely understood it like I did. When I was first told of what they were trying to do, just a bell went off in my head that this made such sense, because most medicine is hugely expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively, this is really cheap. This is just organisation and
Right. Yeah.
but the benefits are huge. So that's what went off in my head, and I just got lucky. I met David and told him what we were trying to do, and he got it. Immediately got it. He sent a team over to Britain. They looked at what we were doing, came back and said, "We've got to have it."
Was David a Who fan?
I don't know whether he's a Who fan.
Really?
I actually never asked him that.
I mean, obviously,
I bet she's a Who fan.
You have your top priority of this charity, which is fantastic. But he had to have been like, God damn, who's next? I played that thing until,
I wore it out.
Just
looking at you.
But Dave Grohl and Robert Plant and me, we did
Who?
a benefit. Robert Plant.
Oh, that guy.
My mate Percy. We did a benefit in someone's back garden in Hollywood. They raised $2 million, paid for the unit in UCLA.
Yeah.
And that's how we got the foot in.
Did you sing with Robert Plant?
I didn't do any. No, I'd love to do an album with Robert Plant.
That would be
call him
huge.
in a minute.
You
I'm going to
should.
get the phone out now because
Do you know what?
reminded me.
You know what? You
It'll be
two,
quite good, wouldn't it?
great heads of hair.
Yeah.
You two have the best heads of hair I've ever seen in
The
rock and
sugar
roll.
in the sand.
Unbelievable.
So do you? It's got to be nice though in your position where you know that people listen when you talk, because so when you use all the years of fame to get something really good done, that's got to be a nice feeling. I of course wouldn't know for either of those reasons, but I hear it's got to be nice.
What else do you do when you're not singing? It gives me another motivation in my life. I mean, for the last sort of 14 years, I run a whole week of concerts at the Royal Albert Hall in London, which has been supported by most of the British pop bands.
Right.
Like last year we had Paul McCartney, for instance, who have done it several times. More people have done it than not done it.
Right.
And we do a whole week, 7 nights of charity a week, which is our biggest fundraiser. And again, it gives you a purpose outside. And the music business is great. It's really, but it's not 24/7.
Right. Yeah.
There's an awful lot of downtime. What the hell else do you do?
Yeah.
Did you get to a point where like you get so successful where you're like, I just want to do something, not else, but something good with all this, because like you're on top of the world, and it's like, okay, how do I give something to people?
No, I basically saw the link that without the support of teenagers when we were, in the 60s, none of this would have happened. The rock business wouldn't be there without teenagers supporting it.
Right. Yeah.
I thought, well, this is a perfect
Way to give back.
vehicle to get the music business to support, which they did, and the comedy business in England, and it just took off. And by the end of next year, we're hoping that every teenager that gets cancer in Britain has access to one of our facilities.
And what's the website and stuff that people can go to? Is it Teen Cancer?
TeenCancerAmerica.org.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's .org.
We got to get him out of here.
This was
very nice of you to
thanks
stop
for
in and
popping
say
in.
hi.
Yeah, well, good to see you.
Enlightening people.
Sorry, I
yeah.
haven't got more time.
No, that's okay.
No, it's all good,
But
man.
thank you for giving
We're
me the
obviously
time,
all
because
huge
it's
fans.
Not one
Yeah.
of those things that many people want to talk about.
Right,
Sadly,
right, exactly.
But I've got to tell you one thing. Of all the teens I've met, and some survive and quite a lot don't, sadly a lot don't, not one of them have ever got me down. They are truly magnificent, and the courage is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, watching and seeing the fear and the terror in the eyes of the parents, that destroys me. But the teenagers are fabulous. So I try and talk about it with enthusiasm, because I know they do. And they support it with enthusiasm, and they never get down right all the way down. It's amazing.
Excellent. Very cool. Roger Daltrey, everyone.
Right back.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. Got a rush.